Like, I'm not going to allow the circumstances of the world to tell me how to live my life. I am going to get out there and I am going to figure out how to make it work. What's up to all my future plumbing pros? Just a quick shout out. I know jumping into this career can feel overwhelming, but I've got your back. I'm Nate, a licensed journeyman plumber with over 12 years of experience, and I'm here to boost your confidence. Sign up today for your free intro plumbing course through Course Careers using my link in the description below and receive $50 off your enrollment. Let's conquer that learning curve together and kickstart your plumbing journey. With all that being said, back to the video. Yo, and welcome back to Life in Plumbing. It's early in the morning, at least where I'm at over here at the north side. So I want to get right into it, man. Like, this one I want to do different, okay? Because I've done a lot of videos where we're just like, hey, this is why you should do this, or this is why you should do that. All right, look, I'm just going to talk to you guys how I talk to the people out here that I run across every single day, my friends, my family members, about, is the trade school worth it? Is trade school worth it, right? And I don't want it to be so just cut and dry. Like, I really want to have a conversation with you guys and tell you guys exactly what I think about it, you know what I mean? I just got a call the other day from somebody telling me like, hey man, down here, man, homes are about, I guess the rent is like almost $3,000 for like a 1-bedroom house, right? It's crazy, right? And that seems like nuts, right? I mean, it is nuts. It's crazy compared to like 10 years ago. And I just think about that when I hear that, it just makes me think like, okay, where's the world going? Where's the world going right now? Like, what does that mean for 10 years from now, right? I had a conversation with a gentleman the other day, and he was telling me like, man, everything is just too crazy. You know, this is going up, this is going up, and all I keep hearing, like, everybody's looking for the excuse of, you know, it's too high, so I can't do something, right? I remember when I was working at Del Taco, it felt impossible to get out of debt, to get out of the situation I was in. I mean, impossible. I don't know, like, I don't know what I would have done if it wasn't for my faith, because that's the only thing I had to hold on to that I believe that would change anything, because it was the only thing I've ever heard that said, hey, you know, what you're going through now doesn't have to be what you're going through later, right? And just thinking, and I wasn't like a strong believer like I am now, but back then I just needed something, right? Something to believe in, and that would make my situation different. Like I told you guys, I was on child support. I could barely to take care of myself, man. And I've watched so many people, you know, go the opposite road, and I'm not gonna get too into that, but I'm gonna explain like why I believe, and it's because of how we see things in life, how you see it, how do you view it? Like, people that I've talked to, most people, majority of people, I think pretty much everybody I talk to always says like, hey, I'm going like we gotta trying to escape this. Okay, now that they're doing this, you know, I gotta do this now. And it's not something that's going to benefit them. You know, it's instead of trying to make more, we've got to figure out how to live less, right? And that's the part I do not like. It's like, why do we keep going down when everything against us should be building us up? Because it's hard. It's hard, right? And it takes us out of our comfort zone. Okay, so now back to the topic. Is trade school worth it? I believe absolutely 100% it's worth it. I've watched it take me from not knowing what's going on, not pennies in my pocket, to being able to support my family, to being able to start my own company. Like, I'm getting ready to do that. Like it's given me the mindset that I can do more. And because, let me tell you why. Here's my first reason. This is a quick reason. It's not even one of my bullet points. I'm gonna give you guys 3 bullet points today, or 3 reasons today why me personally, why I think it's worth it. Most people are trying to figure out how to downsize their life, how to live more inexpensive, how to, you know, basically in my mind, how I see that visually, I see you going down. How can we get away from the problem, get underneath the problem instead of going above the problem, okay? In my mindset, that's what changed my life. It was like, I'm not going to allow the circumstances of the world to tell me how to live my life. I am going to get out there and I am going to figure out how to make it work. Somebody comes to me and tells me, well, this is happening now and this is going on the news with politics. It's like, okay, all right, I just got to get better. I just got to get better. It's a mentality thing. It's a choice, a decision. At the end of the day, I'm going to try to get better. I'm not going to get worse. I'm only going to get better. If nothing changes as far as the world's concerned, I know for a fact that I've gotten better in this area, that area, because I've seen it, right? Just by trying to stay above, you know what I mean? And it pushes us. So that is my bonus to you guys. Just something to think about, you know what I mean? Just real quick. I barely touched on that surface. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure somebody out there is going through something similar, and what I just said probably resonated a lot with you. And sometimes it only takes somebody, you know, to hear just a little bit of what I'm trying to say before they like, I get it. Was I thinking that way? That's crazy. All right, so let's get into this topic. So I'm going to tell you guys other reasons why I think trade school is worth it, because it absolutely is, right? So accountability, that's number one. What does that mean? Why would I care about accountability? Why does that make trade school worth it, right? People count on me to show up. What that means is I was someone who did not show up. I didn't care to that people were depending on me. So I learned how, how much that affects my whole life. Not just being able to show up to a job. Like, people can't show up to a job. Do you know what that says about you? Everywhere else, me and my wife always talk about, getting better and growing. And I always tell her, like, the way we do one thing is the way we do everything. And if you can't show up here, chances are you're not going to be able to show up here, right? I started showing up to my job, and then I started showing up more in my daughter's life. I was able to do things without being like, oh, I don't have this, or man, this is hard. I was like, all right, here, this is what you need. This is what we're doing, right? So accountability is and I'm saying this stuff because it's not about the job itself. You can do anything, but I love what the trade has given me, what plumbing has given me, because it's made me better in the area of accountability. Be honest with you guys. I think I was only ever late maybe twice in my whole plumbing career. I'm talking about 12 years plus. I was only ever late. I showed up every single day. I showed up all the time. I never had any discipline, no discipline write-ups or anything like that in my whole plumbing career, because I always showed up. And which leads to my second part, I always showed out. I tried to do my best. I tried to be my best every single time. It's a personal thing. Like, when you join a job, this is the difference. When you join a job, like, don't think what you can get from the job. Think about what that job is giving you. You do want to get something from the job, but not necessarily money-wise, right? Because money is just a tool. It's what you gain that's going to give you the ability to make money and more money, right? Hence me running my own company, thinking I can even do that. Like, everything I've learned has gave me the confidence and the ability to feel like I can go out and do this. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing it for this long. Like, okay, I see it, right? And that accountability, that thing that I've learned about accountability shows me, like, I can show up for my customers. I can show out for my customers. I can exceed their expectations, right? So I could do that, man. I was accountable when it wasn't my company. I was accountable for somebody else's company. How much more can I be accountable for my own company? You feel me? So accountability. And my favorite one, not giving up. Man, I remember a guy told me, he was like, hey man, Nate, I was like, hey, I can't. I was Apprentice. And I was like, hey, what do we do if we can't do something? Like, man, that looks hard to, I don't know how that's gonna happen. He was like, there is no such thing as you can't. You gotta figure out how to make it happen. It has to work. And I don't know why, it just changed my life. And I'm just thinking, like, okay, and I've lived my life by that ever since then. Like, you can ask my wife, I live my life by that. Like, it has to work. Like, you just figure it out. Maybe not the way that they originally planned for it to work, but it's going to work nonetheless, right? And just being able to be like, okay, I'm a person who doesn't give up. I'm a person who shows out. I'm a person who shows up. That's me. Like, that's what the world is looking for. Like, at the end of the day, like, I feel like we all should be getting to a point where we have to take ownership in the skills that we are learning, and accountability has definitely done that for me. So why the trades are important? Because it's going to teach you accountability, right? All right. Second one, structure. I love this. This one is because my life was chaotic back in the day, man. I was just running the streets. I was hanging out with my friends, like, man, 90% of the time. And my parents, they didn't have a lot of structure either. So it was like, all right, cool. Go to school, hang out with friends, come home, do what you're supposed to do. And that was it. But there was no real structure in place for success. And that's what I mean. Like, when you do these jobs, what I've learned when it comes to structure is how they put things together. How, man, we're gonna go and build this building. There's like 1,000 things to do inside this building. Like, how do you get it done? And then on a time frame, like it's crazy. And then you realize like how they're putting stuff together, how they're organizing people, the structure of how you build a building, right? Like so we watch a building right there, we pass right by it, but you don't realize, man, there is a lot that goes into these buildings. And the first part about structure that I realized was organization. First of all, you gotta be organized. Was I ever organized in my life? Heck no, man, I was not organized in my life. Like, I mean, till recently, you know what I'm saying? It's been a struggle to be organized, to organize my life. The Bible says, to make sure your house is in order, right? I never understood it until, I got deep into like trying to figure out my own company, because the Bible and running the company, it has they're like hand in hand at this point. And he's like, yeah, man, if you have your house in order, that's the way success comes. And I have never had my house in order. I didn't know how to ever do that. Even for my house now, like it took me years, my wife and I, to figure out like why do we keep doing this, or why do we keep going this way, or okay, we want to go here but we end up here. And it's because of structure. It's because of not being unorganized, right? So I love that. I'm not gonna talk too much about that one, because obviously it's kind of it's straightforward. You know what I mean? Like, figure out how to be organized, and you be organized in every area of your life. Okay, one thing has to do with another. So I definitely encourage you guys to keep that in mind. The way you do one thing is the way you're gonna do another thing. All right, and it just is what it is. You can try to go against that, and you'll see that it's probably not gonna work out for you. All right. Second thing under structure is chain of command. I love this because I didn't love it at first. Like, and I told you, the Bible runs hand in hand, even with just not even a company, just looking at how companies are ran. And there's a chain of command. There's someone who tells who's the owner, and then there's the workers underneath. There's the chief, and then you have the employees underneath, right? You've got to understand the chain of command, because someone has to be directing you. I feel like there should be someone over everyone. That's just me. If you guys want to stop at the company owner, that's cool. I don't stop there. I stop at God. Like, hey, at the end of the day, someone who's not a human, I got to get and whoever everybody else is following, whether they believe it or not, all these principles and stuff that I see people get are from the Bible. So I'm like, okay, cool. So he must know if they're all using his stuff, then I'm just gonna go to the source. So I structure my foundations and everything that I do with him being my head, and then me being the head of my household, and my wife over my children, and this is how the order goes. And I've learned that by looking at a company and how a company is structured. You know what I'm saying? They have put people in positions, and I realize, like, when those people don't play their positions, when people are out of order, the structure, the foundation, it just collapses, man. And I've seen companies, I've worked with good companies that be knocking stuff out, and I've worked with bad companies where it's like, man, he has no organization, no structure, no chain of command. It's just like me telling you what to do, but you didn't put people in place for this all to work out. And we all have our strengths and weaknesses, and that's what I realized in the structure of the trade and the business. That's what I love about it, right? So the next thing was the systemization. Like, I love systems, right? Because I never realized it, but over the years, when you're looking at YouTube, man, you're gonna realize a lot of people be talking about systems, right? Because systems is a structure. It keeps you organized. It's the chain of command. Everything goes with this, into a system, so that that system produces you what you want, right? The success that you're trying to get. So therefore, if you do not have a system, then you don't really have any kind of structure, or it's going to be hard for you to get to any type of goal. Like, these are the things you put in place and to be successful, right? Because I know a lot of people, I talked to a GC who says, building a little building is just the same as building a big building, right? But we look at this big building like, man, this is crazy to build. Like, but if you could build a little building and you're on a solid structure, foundation that you know how to build off of, then any building is going to be easy. You just follow the same steps. You know what I'm saying? And I love that. That's something that's just like mind blowing when it comes to, and I think too, because I'm, like I said, I'm trying to do my own company. So I'm seeing how these things are done, and it's like, now I'm intrigued by it, because, like, man, I get to go out and try to do something like that as well, and now I know how to do it, and I feel confident about it the more I understand structure. All right, so All right, so lastly, I want to talk about is teamwork, man. The trades. What I love about why I think the trades are worth it because of teamwork, right? We out there, you get a bunch of people, like I said, that's that's all structured from the hierarchy, the higher ups to the lowers. You figure out how you all work together for this common goal. That's what I love about it. Especially, I mean, it's not all the time. Like, I'm not saying that you go out there and everybody's like, hey, teamwork. No, it's not like that. But when you do come across a person where you just vibe with, a foreman that you vibe with, and you guys are just, you guys are both out for the same goal, it's like, man, it's magical, man. It's crazy. It's like just water, it flows, right? I love when people get together for a common goal and they're all winning. You know what I'm saying? We're all getting what we want. But that doesn't happen all the time. So that's my first point. It doesn't happen all the time. You basically connect with certain people sometimes, and it just is what it is. Some people are out that have a goal that want to keep going higher. That's why I like dealing with people who have a goal, who have somewhere they want to go, who know where they're going, because it's easier to work with. When people don't have that, then the energy turns on other people, right? So you got to be outward with your focus and with your destinations. So, and then you realize, how can I work with this person to get this person? To get us to where we want to get to, right? Because it's all about helping. And I realize that with the whole world, like, we just got to connect with people who are trying to get somewhere. And that's why I'm giving you guys this video and this type of game today, because I want you to realize how important you are. It's not about the job. It's not about just plumbing. It could be anything you do, but just to understand and learn from whatever it is, and this is what really brought it out of me. Like, there's so much that you're involved in and they just throw you in there, but that's the best way to learn. Like, I love that you learn on the job. That's another thing I love about it. But yeah, teamwork, man, is one of my favorite things, just to work with people and just, you guys figuring things out, because nobody knows everything, right? I don't care how good you are, you're always going to miss something. Apprentices tell me something all day, like, oh, you missed that. It's like, dang, okay, cool, because you're thinking about so many other things, and you have a helper, somebody that's going to compliment you, right? What happens when you do have teamwork, man? Things get done fast, things just start flowing, you have a lot of energy, you're happy to come to work. Like, teamwork is not just in the trades, it's in the world. We should always, me and my wife are a team. We do teamwork, you know what I mean? As we build what we're trying to build, we have to come together, and this is the type of stuff that's helped me. I always tell her, like, look, this is what I learned here, and like, if we apply this to our home life, then, we're gonna be unstoppable. You feel me? Like, and I've seen it, the slow increments of us just getting better every day. It's like, you don't really have a destination. Every day you're just growing. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I love about the teamwork. We're learning more about each other. Like, oh, that's cool, man. And that's how you grow. I said that's how you get stronger in your relationships, by you guys growing and going through things together. So teamwork is what I definitely love about trades and being in the trade school. But I've done other jobs, man, and I just love this one. This is the one that I stuck with, right? I was quitting jobs. Like, let me tell you, I was quitting jobs. I quit so many jobs, right? But the trades, since it's high paying, since it's always different, you never know what you're going to expect. You meet so many people. Like, I ended up like quitting this job, like, if you seen me before I got into the trades, you'd be like, oh, you're just gonna quit it? Like, that ain't no joke. That's the trades, man. They out there to do this, and I probably would have told you too, like, probably, but I got in there, the money was right, and I was like, well, where else am I gonna get a situation like this? So I made it work, and that's the thing. Making it work. Like I talked about, like the mindset, making stuff work, okay? Not just accepting what it is. It's like, nah, what do you want, right? So, and then the last thing I'll say about teamwork is collaboration. Collaborating with different people, not just your peers and stuff, but other like clients, right? This is going to teach you how to collaborate with clients, okay? Now clients just don't work for you and that's it, you just do a job. No, clients can last a lifetime. Like customers, when you decide to journey out and maybe do your own work, you're gonna team up with people to get what you want, to give them what they want, and that's a collaboration. Hey, I need something fixed. Can you do that for me? Yeah, I could do that for you. All right, cool. And now all of a sudden y'all going out to drinks together, because that's what life's supposed to be about. Not just, oh, I'm gonna fix this, give me your money and I'm out. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's just, you want more out of that. Like when you work with GCs on the job, GCs aren't just telling you what to do either. Some of them will, but like the ones who have leadership, the ones who understand how this goes, those people, man, you build relationships with, and now they're giving you more jobs, just like a customer can give you more opportunities, right, to do work. So you always want to, think about teamwork. Like how we're a team right now and we're putting this together. Employees, when you start employing people, like you want to be a team, right? It's not about just you and me. It's just, it's getting what we want. It's just like us building something together that's going to help you get to your goal and me to get to your goal, or me to get to my goal. And then other trades, man, like for the one thing that I love about it, well, you meet a lot of electricians, sheet metal guys, drywall guys, like everybody, right? So everybody wants a house. Like I think like the major thing in the world is like people are always fixing things about their house. Like they're always enhancing their landscape, everything. This is where all those people are. So I feel like that's where all the money is. Like people chase a lot of stuff like shiny coins and all this other stuff, but where the real money is, where the real work is, where the real opportunity to advance and gain is right here in our own backyards. And I mean literally, like your house. There's so much back there that that you can hire people, or that the work that you can do, there's so much in that, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like we go into this digital world and we forget about the basics, you know, forget about the things that were working for us a while ago. Yes, we use the technology and stuff that they have, but not to to just erase what, and I don't think it's erased. I just feel like it's just been like overshadowed, so people don't realize how important it is. Like when you learn a skilled trade, man, you can go anywhere you want. You can do a lot of things. You're not just stuck at, okay, well now I have to go and hop another career. A lot of people hopping careers right now, right? Because they're figuring out like, man, AI is taking over this job, so now I got to figure something else out. You are knowing, you're sensing the signs of the times, right? You're seeing a change. You're like, hold on, this don't look like it's gonna work for me in the future, but the trades are standing strong. I'm gonna tell you that right now, because people are always gonna need stuff built. And like I said, our stuff, the way we do things it's intense sometimes, and it's very tedious. And you know, robots, that technology hasn't caught up to us yet. So until then, I'm plumbing, right? So that's what we do. All right, man, so I hope you guys got something from that. This, like I told you, I'm just talking to you guys like I would talk to anybody else. So I'm just telling you guys what I believe about it. I'm not going to give you guys just the basic, hey, you can make this and you can do this. Like literally, I've got way more than just money, like out of this whole thing. Yes, you're going to make money. Absolutely. But you're going to make even more if you understand why I gave you these bullet points opposed to just the generic ones. And I have those generic ones. Check them out on my other videos and let me know what you guys think. Comment below, like and subscribe. Make sure, hey, if you guys have any questions, my Calendly, hit me up on the Calendly, man. We can talk and discuss it. It's free, so don't think I'm trying to charge you guys for that. Like people call me all the time. Shout out to one of the dudes, Isaiah, man. It was cool because we had a conversation, and what I love about his conversation was the first thing he tells me is I'm an entrepreneur. You know, I'm a black man. I don't see a lot of people in the trades. Thank you for representing for us and telling us this information, because we don't get it. And he was just like, man, I'm really looking forward to switching where I'm at to getting into the trades. Can you tell me something about it? So he had his questions lined up. We talked about all his questions. Dude, I recommended him Course Careers, which you guys already seen the intro. Course Careers will help you get on the right path as far as starting your plumbing career. The best way you can start it is to understand it much as you can before you get in, and Course Careers will do that for you. What I heard, man, was a man out there was ready to get it. And he was good. He was like, I'm good now, but you know, he sees the signs of the times, and he wanted to be like, look, I need a little bit more. And he went out and got it. Dude signed up like quick. I was just like, man, this is a person who wants it. I recognize it because that's the person I am. I put all my energy and stuff into resources that are going to help better my life, and no excuses, you know what I'm saying? So shout out Isaiah for that. All right, man, so I hope you guys got some valuable information from this. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for supporting the page. Please continue to support the page. Let me know what you guys want from me too as well. What would help you guys to feel more comfortable, feel more confident in getting into the trades and making a transition. And I'll do what I can for you. Like I said, hit up the Calendly, we'll talk about it and we'll figure it out, man, get you guys on the right path. It's a lot when you don't know what's going on. So it's good to have mentors. Like I have mentors, people to direct me. Like I don't want to think about it all. Like, can somebody just tell me what's going on? You know what I mean? Because it's a lot we'll have to do if we do not collaborate. Like I told you, teamwork, team up with people, team up with me on the Calendly to help me to get you started on what you got to get going. So that you can be successful and get to where you want to get to for your family, for yourself, whatever you try to do it for. All right. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching. This is Life in Plumbing, and we'll see you guys in the next one. All right.
Me and my God always conversating. He say I'm happy you call what you